Hi everyone, and welcome to my new podcast vlog. I thought I would bring you guys along with me today. I'm gonna do a little car knitting, and I thought I'd stop and show you my succulents on the way out. It's been raining so much here in Santa Cruz, but aren't they beautiful? So without further ado, let's go do some car knitting. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I thought I would start this little podcast off kind of vlog style. I just dropped my son off at school and it is a very rainy day. So instead of going back home, I decided to sit in my car. I brought my knitting with me. Gives me something to do. I've got a nice cup of coffee that I brought from home. And I thought I would just sit here and knit a little bit until I go into work instead of driving back home in the rain. Anyway, guys, I'll share a little bit of my progress before I go in and before I go into my job. And I'll be back in a few minutes. So I brought my mitered square blanket with me. This has been a work in progress for several years. It was actually put on the back burner for a few years. I can't remember exactly when I started it, and excuse the little dog hairs, but anyway, I actually have these little mini skeins. I did a mini skein swap on Facebook when I first got this started, and the lady that was running it, I can't remember her name, and I don't remember if she's still, I haven't been on Facebook in ages, guys. But this is an idea. If anybody is doing anything that has to do with mini skeins, maybe we could do a little swap sometime. What we did was 20 of us each bought a regular skein of yarn, and we split them up into, I believe it was like 5 grams. Let me see how much this is. If it says, it doesn't say. I think it was like 5-gram mini skeins. So anyway, we each split up our skeins, sent in our mini skeins to the lady, and then she divided them up and sent back 20 different mini skeins to each of us. So that was such a cool way of getting 20 different colors by buying one skein of yarn. So today I decided I would go ahead and pull out my, it's got a little bit of sparkle. I don't know if you can see that, especially since it's such a gloomy day today. But this is Anzula's Nebula in the Key Lime colorway. And it's 8614 SW Merino, Sparkling Stellina. So, can you see the sparkles? You can kind of see some little, I'm not sure, that's the Stellina probably. There it is, where my finger is. If it was, if the sun was shining today, you'd be able to see it really well. But anyway, I am going to add this color right here, I think, because I don't have anything close to I always check to see if there's another color similar anywhere near, and I try to do a little bit of a contrasting color, or something a little different where I place each square. But I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna pick up down this side and pick up this side, and then start knitting my mitered square. So I will be back. Alright, so I took it out of its little label, and this would be kind of hard to do with one hand, but I am going to go ahead and just wind this up into a ball so that it doesn't get tangled while I'm working with it. But yeah, I'm holding my camera with one hand. I thought about bringing my tripod, but yeah, I forgot. So I had to get a little bit creative. I think this will work. I just put my mini skein on my steering wheel, and I'm gonna get to winding. Perfect, but it'll work. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Alright, so we are going to pick up along this edge, and what I do is I go in right underneath this little V, and if my fingers will work this morning, and we pull it through just like that. And then we go to the next little V, and we pull it through. Whoops, well, like I said, it's early morning and I've got slippery fingers. There we go. So I'm going to pick up 20 stitches down this side, and then I'm going to pick up 20 stitches across this other side. And whoops, and there we go. I thought I had the wrong end of the yarn. Have you guys ever done that? Have you ever started a row and realized that you were using the tail? That's what I thought I was using, but I'm not. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit, and I will be back when I get to the wrong side. Ta-da! So we got all of our stitches picked up along the two edges, 20 on each side. So I'm going to turn my work, and we're going to knit back across on the back side, but when we get to the center, we're actually going to make an increase. All right, I'll be right back, and I'll go ahead and show you guys how I do that. So another thing I do is I usually slip the first stitch, because then that leaves a nice edge for you to pick up along on the next square, because you see how this one, you can see the V's on this edge, so it's easy to go in under these little V's and pick them up. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. Every row I slip the first stitch, and then I bring the yarn to the back, and I go ahead and I knit across. So like I said, when we get to the very center, whoops, am I off the camera? Hopefully I won't move to where you guys can't see what I'm doing. But yeah, when we get to the center, I'll go ahead and make my little increase and show you guys how I do that. Because we actually need a total of 41 stitches for these squares. That way you've got an odd number that you can do a decrease in the center each time. You actually do a double decrease in the center each time. But I'll show you when I get to that point too. Seems like the rain has kind of stopped, so it's supposed to be raining all day though, but we've got a little break right now. Okay, I'm just about to the center. So this should be my 20 stitches here. 3, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep. So then right here, and I'm glad I used this color so it's easy for you guys to see, I'm going to pick up this stitch and I'm going to put it on my left needle, and then I'm going to knit through the back loop, which is right there. You go in right here and you knit it. And that creates an increase, and it twists the yarn so that there's no gap when you knit back across. So I'm going to go ahead and finish by knitting up this other side, and then we'll turn, and on the right side I'll knit across to the center, and I will stop when I get to the center and show you guys how I do my decrease. I'll be right back. I lied. I'm back before I turn and do the other side, because I just wanted to show you when I get to the very last stitch on each row, I knit it through the back like that, because that is how you also get that smooth edge. And I'll show you when I turn to knit back across on the right side, I do the same thing I did before, and I slip the first stitch, and then I take the yarn to the back and I start knitting across. And that creates that, let me show you here, see if you can see it. You see how it's got a nice clean V on the edge. It's starting to create the V's on the edge. All right, I'm going to knit to the center and show you how I do the decrease. All right, so I've knit to the center, and since we started with 40 stitches, 20 on each side, and then we did an increase on the back side to get 41, that's the only time we do the increase. Now what we do to do our decreases is, since we had 20 stitches on this side, we're going to count and only knit 19. So then when we get to the center 3 stitches, we're going to do our double decrease. We're going to take the first 2 stitches and we're going to slip them together as if to knit. So let's make sure we get them together there. We're going to slip them both as if to knit to the right needle. We're going to knit the next stitch, and then we're going to take those 2 stitches that we just slipped and we're going to pass them over the stitch that we just knit. And that's how I create my double decrease. And that gives you, let's see if I can find one that's solid. Whoops. So that gives you this nice little ridge going up the center. So that's how I do my double decreases. And then I'll go ahead and knit all the way across the other side, which will be 19 stitches. Excuse me. So it's 19 on each side now. And from here on out, all you do is you just straight knit across the back side, and on the right side you do your double decreases. And since we just knit 19 and did a double decrease, the next right side row will knit 18 and then do a double decrease, and then knit across the back, and then the next row knit 17, double decrease, finish knitting across, and then yeah, that's how I do it. So guys, I am going to go ahead and continue working on this for a little bit, and then I'll be going into work, and I will probably come back and chat with you guys a little bit after work, unless I share a little bit while I'm at work today. It may be a really slow day, and if it is, I may turn the camera on and just talk to you guys a little bit while I'm at work. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to enjoy my coffee. I've got my little travel mug with me, my little ceramic travel mug, and it says, "Not all who wander are lost." I love taking this with me on road trips. I love exploring and camping and all that good stuff. But anyway, guys, I will be back in a little bit. Rainy day boots. Wow, guys, it is a super windy day. We just started getting some gale strength winds. Oh my gosh, I just felt the wall vibrate. So I ran out of the green, but I went ahead and mixed it with this pink that I had. And that pink was left over from a previous square that I did. Oops, that's the back side, I think. Yeah. But anyway, it all worked out, so I got another square added. And can you see the little bit of sparkle in this yarn? I guess that's the stellina. Yeah, it's pretty. The lighting isn't too good today though because it is so gloomy out. But yeah, I like it. So yeah, my mitered square blanket is really coming along. That's half of it there, and then we've got the other side. And I think I'm going to add a square right here next. This is definitely a work in progress. I'll be back, guys. Good morning, guys. So it is the next day actually, and I'm just getting ready to go to work at the yarn shop. So we'll see how it goes, but I may go ahead and try to do a little video while we're at the yarn shop today. But thanks for joining me on this little vlog adventure. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you guys again in a few. So I'm working at the yarn shop today, and it's time to open the store. Turn on the lights. And time to welcome customers. Hey guys, so I'm working at the yarn shop today, and I wore my hat design. This is my Durham beanie, and I've also got on my Linus shawl. This was a really fun scrap buster. Yeah, I can't remember the designer's name of the Linus shawl, but I guess it's pretty popular. But yeah, I just opened the store and I'm getting ready to work, so I will see you guys again soon. So I'll put a link to my Durham beanie down below if you guys want to check it out on Ravelry. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy. If you do decide to purchase and knit it, I'd love to see any of the yarn combinations you guys come up with. I think it would look really awesome in a self-striping yarn as well. I may have to go ahead and re-knit it in another yarn. I believe I used shepherd's wool for this one. It's a worsted weight hat. So I will be back again.